Welcome to Lesson 118. This is finding a percent. Now, if you're experiencing deja vu, it's because we have gone over this before, and your book, Saxon in general, goes over things multiple times and in slightly different ways. So today, we're going to be looking at part of a group and how to find a percentage. Now, recall that when we have part of a group, that part of a group can be a fraction, and that part of a group can be a percent. They're the same thing. They're the same way of expressing the same thing. And recall that from a previous lesson, you learned that you can change any number into a percentage simply by multiplying it by 100%. So armed with that knowledge, let's get started on the examples for this lesson. Example 1 shows us 10 total circles, 6 of which are shaded, and asks us to find the percent of the shaded circles. Recall that if you multiply any number times 100%, you will find the percentage of that number. Now, there are some of you that may be thinking 6 out of 10 is a really easy percentage to find because it's just 60%, right? If you multiply both 6 and 10 by 10, you'll find what that number is out of 100, which is what a percentage is. So that's great. If you know how to do this particular one in your head, that's great. But for now, we're going to do this. Okay, so we want to reduce, if we're looking at a number like this, we want to make sure that when we multiply fractions, we're reducing before we multiply. It just makes things easier. And we end up with 60%, just like most of you probably knew. All right, our next example is not so simple though. We have 9 total circles and 6 of those are shaded. So we're asked to find the percentage of this. So we're going to multiply this by 100%. Now, just to make multiplying a little easier, because I cannot reduce this way, but I can reduce this way, okay? So this is the same as 2/3. And so I get 200% divided by 3. Well, we're not done, okay? We need to divide. This one is just going to be a little bit messier. 3 goes into 26 times. 3 times, all right? And we get 6 again. Okay, and I think you'll notice that if we keep going, and we put a decimal point here, it's just going to keep going with 6s. So we're going to stop there, and we're going to make this a fraction. So it's 66 and 2/3. Okay, that is our percentage of shaded circles. 66 and 2/3%. Our final example is a classroom question. 12 of the 30 in the classroom are boys. So it asks us to find the percentage of boys and the percentage of girls. So again, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this into a fraction. So 12 out of 30, this is boys now that we're finding, times 100% should give us the percentage. Again, I'm going to look for anything to reduce. I think your book reduces the 12/30ths into 2/5. But the other thing you could do is reduce these by 10. Okay. And then you can see, 12 over 3 is actually, if I divide both of those by 3, is 4. So I end up with 40%. So 40% are boys. And then you can find the fraction of girls. You can take 30 minus 12 and find out how many girls there are and then divide that by 30 and then multiply by 100%. Or you could see that this plus the percentage of girls, okay, must be 100%. Okay, you have to have 100% of people in the class total. So that would be an easier way to do this, okay? If there's 40% boys, there's got to be 60% girls, because added together, this would be 100% of the class. All right, I know I went through that quickly, please make sure and ask somebody if you're having any questions. And thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.